So I've already watched this a couple of times. I'm somewhat underwhelmed. I'm just not as hyped for it as everybody else is. I'm going to play it. I love the first game. I don't mean the first God of War. I mean, of course, in this series. Love it. It's beautiful. But I don't know. Something about this, it just looks pretty much like the first game. Except, Atreus looks like he's going to be more annoying. But we'll see. Like I said, it looks great. I'm going to get it. But it just, I'm not super hyped for it. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming. My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am.
This is the kind of thing I don't want to keep seeing.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anyone.
Freya's beautiful though, even though they,
I just want answers.
And if those
she wants to kill him.
war with Asgard,
Maybe that's what Mother wants.
we do not know what Mother wanted. Now shut up.
Well, I recognize that dour expression anywhere. Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
Yeah, it reminds me of the first game exactly. Like, I don't...
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands?
It's pretty hard to see that they can do much more with it.
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen
I
on
like the
seeing
fact that
he
there's
wasn't
people
found.
in this town
If
so
he's
when you
out
grow
there,
up on them.
We gotta find him.
Come in. What in all yarns be the happen to him?
We're trying to stop Ragnarok, to help people. And what if the only way to do that is war?
This is all beautiful though. Like, it just looks great.
Is not the only way.
Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
Shut the fuck up.
You see.
I hope that they streamline the way that you can upgrade him.
Are you a calm and reasonable person?
I love Thor's voice. I love the guy's voice. It fits perfectly for him. He doesn't look like what a lot of people expected.
In moments of crisis,
You know, this looks great. I just hope they, like I said, they streamline the way you can upgrade him.
let it serve you.
They put it down out there. They did NBA jam time out here.
Tyr!
I don't know why, but Tyr is very disappointing. I don't know what it is. I'm underwhelmed by his. Even though he's tall, he just looks like some guy. He looks like Frank Zappa. God of War. I forgot about.
Well, some of them.
She's a cutie pie, but I'm really tired of this. At least she's not an angry negress. But I'm really getting tired of the way that they keep constantly sticking these black girls in these situations. It's really just pathological at this point. It's absolute virtue signaling. It's meaningless because they just do it to be assholes. You know, it's like, we got a story about Norse gods. We can't have them all be white. Like, people wouldn't be able to relate to it, or the Twitter will be mad. But I think in this case, you know, somebody like Balrog, he's an SJW, and so I'm pretty sure just the way that they seem to have the atmosphere of SJW-ness at Santa Monica. Anyway, when he talked about like the first game, the previous game, and they showed their staff, which, you know, a variety of people, which is fine. That's great to have different type of people working there. But I don't like this idea that it has to spill over into the art or the entertainment. You know, if the subject is Norse fucking mythology, you don't have to shove black people into it. You know, I'm black. I'm not going to sit here and play it and go, wait a minute, how come they're all white? I don't understand this. This makes no sense to me. What's going on? Somebody was saying on Reddit, there's a bunch of people mad at people who are mad at the naked and obvious virtue signaling by shoving, you know, turning Angua Buddha into a strong black woman, you know. So people, I guess, were annoyed about it, and then they're overreacting to people being annoyed about it. Those racists is vile and filthy. Look at this link. They're all like, they're cursing her. It's terrible. And people just like, obviously this is why they're doing it, and it's annoying. That's what people are saying. It's like, you don't have to do that shit. But somebody up there was saying, well, maybe she's Tyr's daughter in this, and Tyr traveled all over the place, so maybe he had a kid with an African woman. So that would be a cool explanation if they explain it instead of just saying, "Oh, well, it's fantasy, so it doesn't matter. They could just be whatever race." It's like, stop fucking around. Like, don't give me that stupid bullshit. Like the whole maybe they found the best actor for the role. No, they didn't. You chose to make that decision because you're playing fucking games with people. And basically, I guess they're just trying to take everyone's mythology and geekdom from them and just give it to normies. Because nobody else who play God of War would ever question why there are no people of color in fucking Norse mythology. And the thing is, why is it always, if you're going to add someone, a person of color, why is it always a black woman? That just feels like that they're mascots now. They didn't put, oh, let's put a little Asian girl in there, or let's put an Indian, well, not Asian too, but let's put a little Japanese girl in there. Well, let's put an Indian girl in there. Let's put a Samoan in there. No, let's put this black girl in there, like everybody else is doing. But I still intend to get the game. I wonder what Angerboda is going to be doing based on what she does in the actual mythology. I know people are also complaining about Thor. Thor sounds great. I saw him. He's a fat fuck. He looks more like Falstaff than Thor. He's closer to how I guess Thor is described. He's big. Thor is bigger on top and littler on the bottom. Got the huge arms and stuff, but he doesn't have to look like that. I'm not too devastated by it because I don't like their take on Norse mythology, to be honest. I think that, I just don't like it. I think it's kind of like whatever, but I don't take it seriously because this is its own universe. And it's sort of like, like the Marvel universe. Their version of Thor is different than the version in the myths. In the I can't even think of it right now. My brain's melted. But I like his voice. I'm not bothered by his look. But it's funny to me that when people complained, you have a bunch of experts on Twitter whooping and hollering about that's canon Thor, that's how he looks, and you just think he's just this blonde guy like in the MCU, and it's not that. They don't want people complaining about fat fuck characters. That's it. They're just mad because people are like, he's fat, I don't like it. So then you have this group of people now who are trying to talk about him being a daddy. Thor is a daddy. And then Games Radar, which is a really shill piece of shit site, has a headline, a beefy Thor. This motherfucker ain't beefy. That motherfucker is porky. Fucking look like fucking Porkins. If Porkins took his helmet off, he'd look like the God of War version of Thor. Overall, though, I wasn't super excited about it. Like, it looks good. Maybe there's something wrong with me in my tech. Like, I just have a regular laptop. So maybe when I'm looking at, I don't get the full appreciation of how far they've come from the first game. I fully admit I could be wrong. That it pretty much looks the same. Like I said, maybe there's more depth to it. Maybe just all these little details that I just don't notice. I haven't played the first game in a while, so maybe I'm remembering it looking better than it actually did, although I doubt it. My big thing, like I was saying, is that I don't want to sit on this screen the whole time. The big thing I was saying is that I hope they improve
for a dead man,
his.
Odin
Let me
seemed
see if I can turn this
keen on
on.
seeing he wasn't found.
I hope
If he's
I'm
out
100.
there-
Damn. I hope they improve the way that you can upgrade him. It was very clunky and very non-intuitive. It was just so like lame how they did it. And he had great gear. There was all kinds of great, like tablets and jewels and different things that you could put on his wristbands and on his axe, all kinds of shit that you could do, but it was so hard to navigate through it and really understand what you were doing. I had to keep going online to kind of say, okay, what should I do with this? Should I put this together? It was just, I don't know. But I'll get it. I'm hoping that they improved it. I'm thinking that they're smart enough to know that they have to improve certain things with regards to that like the UI or whatever. We'll see though. We'll see what happens when it comes out. Yeah, I guess that's it. Take care. They squabbing into NBA Jam. I want to see the two of them just kicking ass. I don't want to have time for him whining and complaining all the time. But anyway, take care. Frank Zapp over here.